just the first record of Christianity, what date?
All right. One of my favorite books in the New Testament is 1 Corinthians.
Is there just a date?
1 Corinthians was written 50, 51, 52 AD, somewhere right around there.
What do you say about the validity of Christianity based on the time frame of other religions? Because in my basic knowledge, I know Hinduism was established about 3,000 years before Christ, or the changeover. So that's 3,000 years of time that religion has been around. We've only been around with Christianity for 2,000 years. Mm-hmm. That means Hinduism is somewhere around 5,000 years old, and their principles are a lot different than Christianity. What do you believe about the validity of Christianity based on this religion that's much more established than us, than Christianity?
First point is, I never have argued that Jesus Christ is true because faith in him has been around for 2,000 years. Instead, when I look for truth, I really don't care how long or how old the religion is or a philosophy or whatever, or an economic system or whatever.
Yeah.
Truth is not determined by how old is it. Second point, though, that I think really gets to your issue is, the Bible insists that there are going to be a lot of people in heaven who never heard the word Jesus Christ. You're making a great point, which is, God loves us and he's been reaching out to us for thousands of years. Long before Jesus ever was born, God by his Spirit was reaching out, drawing people to himself, and the Old Testament gives us a partial record of that.
In that case then, what if Hinduism's closer to the teaching of God than Christianity?
Good
what
question.
if Christianity is a more morphed humanistic view of the basic principles that Hinduism taught?
You bet. Well, there's only one way I know to answer that question. You better read the Vedas, Upanishads, and Bhagavad Gita, and you better read the New Testament Gospels, and you better ask yourself, does the evidence point to the avatars of Hinduism being more reliable, or does the evidence of his life, teachings, death, and resurrection point to Jesus Christ being more reliable? And then you got to make your decision. It's the only way I know for you. You can't decide honestly. You got to read this stuff. And I can promise you, after reading the Upanishads and Vedas and Bhagavad Gita myself, I cannot put my faith in Hinduism.
Why is that?
Thanks for asking. Can one of you come out here?
I got it.
The stick man, all right. All right. According to Hinduism, this is part of God, this is part of God, right? Everything is part of God, including this, right? That's monism. Monism is the basis of Hinduism, which is everything is one, everything is part of God. Okay, I'm with them so far, but watch. Haul back, hit him as hard as I can. All right? What just happened?
God hit God?
Thank you. We are communicating here. What just happened, according to Hinduism, is part of God just hit part of God, which means there is no basis for justice. There's no basis for ethics. If everything is part of God, that means good is part of God, evil is part of God, apathy is part of God. Everything's part of God. It just is. Gandhi understood the fallacy of Hinduism. Gandhi got his understanding that the caste system in India was wrong. Not from Hinduism, obviously. He got it from the Sermon on the Mount, where Jesus teaches that there is a being separate from him and me, God the Creator. This gentleman and I are part of God's good creation. And God gave me this hand to respect and be compassionate to this man, not to haul back and hit him. That's why Gandhi fought against the caste system, because he realized the error in Hinduism. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's why, it's one of the main reasons I cannot put my faith in the avatars and buy into monism, which teaches it's all part of God. Because guess what? The rape of a woman is not God raping God. The murder of a person is not God murdering God. And the abuse of an innocent child is not God abusing a child. False. Everything within me says false. My reason, my conscience, my ability to love says, time out, that's wrong. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. God